Hello and welcome to the Lotus Club. I am Dave C. And today you guys are going to see me do my GP Amsterdam testing. GP Amsterdam is going to be team sealed this set. And testing for events like that can be a little bit difficult because doing sealed decks doesn't always help because you open so many packs and you're dividing the cards between three people. The decks tend to end up pretty strong and closer to draft decks. So I think it's more important to kind of get a grip of the draft format a little bit and do sealed, but mostly see what good draft decks are looking like and what cards are good there. Here's a little bit of an interesting choice. Golden Demise is certainly, I think, one of the best uncommons. It's a bit of a controversial card, since some people are saying it's only sideboard or only a decent uncommon, or other people have it as maybe even the second best after Chupacabra. But Path to Discovery is also an extremely strong card, and taking this here could lead you to taking stuff like Wild Grove, Walkers, or Chupacabras in pack 3 to have broken combos. But I'm going to go with the safer pick and snap up the Golden Demise here. I think the pick most people are taking here. Second pack, kind of a lot of, not filler, like fine playables. We have a Dreadmaw, Crashing Tide, Zealot. Firebrand has gone a little bit down in my estimation since a lot of people are playing mid-range and not like aggressive decks. Spirewinder also good. I think after Golden Demise pick 1, I'm going to go with the Zealot, one of my favorite 2-drops of the format. Since it's turned into such a value kind of heavy format, I think Zealot goes perfectly into a bunch of the decks I want to draft. And yeah, I'm not really missing out on anything else here. A lot of, as I said, good cards in the decks they're good in, but no real strong signals and nothing I'm going to regret not picking. Zealot is great. Ooh, third pick Primal Hunger, though, is a strong signal. This card is pretty bombish. It takes us very much away from our first two picks. Like, Green-Black is a deck, and is a deck I'll play, but I'd much prefer if this wasn't here to be white. Two strong white cards. So the next best card in the pack is probably actually the Jungle Pioneer. It's close between Pioneer and the Sky March, but I think I would have picked... I probably would have picked the Sky March just to stay on a kind of vampire team. Because Vampires is still good if you can get it. There's just not that many payoffs. But we're definitely taking Galta third pick. This is sweet. I'm going to pick the Jungle Creeper. I'm going to stick to the two colors we're in. Besides Jungle Creeper, I think Dust Charger is good. I think that Golden City is good in certain decks, but we're not looking like we're close to that. It's 3 power, it's 3 mana, 3/3, which is decent for Galta. And if you're a green-black, I think you definitely just want a bunch of this card. It's one of the payoffs for the deck. So we're definitely in the right colors. Some decent cards left for us. I guess this is pretty ridiculous to be this late. So now we have to choose whether we want the Dust Charger, which is probably the slightly better card, or the Hunter, which is like a bit better for the curve. It also has a relevant ability. I guess I didn't see Sailor Means all the way over here. That's very late for Sailor Means. I think probably the best blue common. Some people would argue it's better than Waterknot. Maybe it's not better than Waterknot, but it's very important. It's more important than Waterknot is in its archetype. Close. The blue cards are a bit stronger than the black cards, but it's hard to justify going into blue here. I'm going to pick the Dinosaur Hunter. Curve considerations, relevant ability. Ooh, so we can search out some pirates. I could have just went Sailor. That's pretty strong. I'm going to pick another Dusk Legion Zealot. I'm going to stay open here. Another value card. We could move out of green. Maybe this was like a false signal to an extent, and someone's moved into green after passing these. This isn't a signal at all. Maybe they didn't value Galta as high as I value it. But still some strong black cards. The Forerunner of the Coalition is still very good, but I don't know if it's one I want to take. And green-black doesn't lend itself to too many pirates. Though it's a lot stronger than the Zealot. I'm going to stick with the Zealot. I think that's close, though. Another okay white card. The blue card, sorry. This is also very good in blue-black because you can pick up Market of Vampire in the last pack, and then it's genuinely extremely hard to beat. Taking another Dinosaur Hunter and our 2 curve looking very good. No real strong signals anyway. I could take a throwback. Very good with Galta. I could take a Dark Inquiry for the board. Sometimes main deck, depending on how many removal spells you end up with. I could take a throwback, I think. I'm not sure if I'm playing double throwback, but I will just take it here. Plummet is an excellent sideboard card. Always happy when it wheels, though. Actually, like if I pick up an Ixalan's Binding or any white removal spell, I might want to splash it. Yeah, I'm going to take the splashable color. Or the splashable land, sorry. And Urge is fine. I think I'd play the first Urge in this deck if we end up kind of a dinosaur-heavy deck. We get our Dark Inquiry now. Maybe I got a bit too distracted by Galta. Green actually hasn't seemed that open. We went Galta into Jungle Creeper. And maybe blue and white are colors we should have looked at a bit harder. Maybe I should have ignored Galta. But Galta third pick is such a signal, and it is just going to win us a bunch of games. This card isn't unplayable, but I'm going to pick Evolving Wilds. And now we have a pretty decent chance of splashing any good white card we get. I could have picked Sailor of Means and still just played Galta as well. This could easily be a 3 or 4 color deck if I'd gone Sailor of Means into Sailor of Means. Well, it's a safe pick, but Hunt a Week is a strong card here. Other great cards in the pack. I'm not sure if Slaughter the Strong. I haven't really played it since I changed my opinions about how fast the format is. But Curious Obsession is good. Famished Paladin is fine. I think a little overrated, but good. Squire's Devotion is very good as well. Main combo with Famished Paladin. 4/4 lifelinker. The Border is fine as well. Take a Hunt a Week. This is a close pick. Bunch of good white cards. So a bit scared that we're going to be past like a nutty vampire deck here, and we've decided to dedicate to green. We could pick Strength of the Pack or Reaver Ambush. We don't really have any removal yet. So I'm leaning towards... I guess we have 2. Sorry, that's not completely true. We have 2 removal spells. So do we want the Strength of the Pack or the Reaver Ambush? I think we want Strength of the Pack. It's a win condition. It's really good. The format's slower. We have some counter creatures. We have a creature that can return to play. Maybe we'll get some Pioneers in this pack. Some 2-for-1 kind of creatures. That's close. I'm not sure what the quote-unquote real pick is there if I'm picking wrong. Nice. Trashing Brandon is very above curve, and its ability to destroy enchantments is useful. There's some bombish enchantments, including my last draft. Just kept a profane procession in play in check. So let's take the Trashing Brontodon. No real need for another Dinosaur Hunter. Stalker is fine, but it's not exactly what our deck wants to be doing. I'm pretty tempted to pick up the Naturalize or the Recover. I think maybe we want our first Recover. Yeah, let's take our first Recover over another 2-drop, random 2-drop. Yeah, and I'll take Charger here. We've passed a couple, and I think the card is actually slightly above... It's above average. It's not hard to make a 5/5. We could have picked up another Recover here, though I don't think we want our second yet. These throwbacks may be looking like they won't make the cut. But we'll have to see. Again, with like some creatures, it's not looking like they're coming, but like some creatures that make 2 creatures for Strength of the Pack would be quite nice. Such small arms. Poor Galta. Just want to have a quick look actually who's passing, if there's anyone I know passing to me. The best around. Now we get to pick our good sideboard card, I think. Hardy Veteran, again, we have good 2-drops already. It's not really a card I like that much. I don't think it's really what the format's about. Then our Ray Caller's a little bit late here. Again, blue was kind of seemed very open, and maybe we got led into green on the back of it not actually being that open and me valuing the Galta a little high. Another Urge, Gleaming Barrier. Don't think we're too much of a Gleaming Barrier deck, but I don't know if we want a second Urge. I think we're more likely to want another Barrier than we are a second Urge. Good sideboard card against good aggressive decks. Try and buy us time until we can get to our bigger blockers or our Galta. Sorry. We could pick a Naturalize, but I think I want to take a Shake from Shake the Foundations. We have an Evolving Wilds. It might not be hard for us to splash red. And there's certain cards that we could just splash red for, like if we open a Regisaur, I'm definitely just Regisaur Alpha. I'm definitely just splashing it. None of these other cards are that relevant. Like Naturalize is nice, but we already have a Trashing Brontodon and one on our board if we come up against good enchantments artifacts. So let's take this as a possibility of splashing. Maybe not even in the main deck, but splashing out of the board could be a thing. This guy makes treasures whenever a creature you control dies. Sideboard negate. We could splash blue. I don't think, even if we ended up splashing red, I don't think this guy ends up in the deck. Strider Harness isn't bad, but I don't know if we're a deck that needs it. It's kind of great with Galta, though. Yeah, I'm going to take a Strider Harness. Oh, here's a card we probably actually just play in our deck, so that's great. So you pick up. If we need another 2-drop, we got another Naturalize anyway. Another Dark Inquiry. Opponent's card quality, I think, would have to be pretty high for me to bring in both. Though we are, because I turned up the Reaver Ambush, we are a little bit low on removal. We did not get another chance to pick up an Impale or something like that in that pack. Now, Green-Black is not supported into the last pack. There's no like archetypes or synergies. None of them are going to be here for us. What do we have here, though? Pirate's Cutlass. We have 2 Dinosaur Hunters for like the freebie there. Cutlass has got a little bit worse in general. We have a Sky March Bloodletter. We have an Elaborate Fire Cannon, but I don't think we're like grindy enough to really take advantage of it. We have a Jungle Delver. I don't think that's exactly what we wanted to be doing. I think the card winning is probably the Sky March Bloodletter. Again, we're not necessarily playing the Frillbacks. They're a good combo with Galta. But Galta, for Galta to be good, it needs to cost 5 or 6 mana. It doesn't need to cost 4. We don't need to go 1-drop, 2-drop this guy Galta to make it good, you know. Or we don't even need to play it on 5. Just like 6 mana is where Galta is good. So I think the Bloodletter is better. I think if we start picking this, we could end up with Pirate Merfolk Dinosaur for Grim Captain's Call. And that card always gets passed late as well. Oh no. I hope this just isn't open and we should have... There's a chance we said we should have been in white and we should have just ignored Galta and gone into like a vampire deck. Because this is pretty bad for us. I think I'm going to take the Pious Interdiction. And at the moment I would just play it. It's a really easy splash off 1 planes. Anything else here I'm interested in? Crash, not really. Or Pirate's Cutlass, not really. If we were blue, black, I would have just gone Cutlass there. So this has been interesting. Ooh, Raging Sword Tooth. Snapping Sailback. Whiptail. So I could take Sword Tooth, and as I said, it's not hard for me to splash that. We don't really have combos with it. We only have the Overgrown Armasaur. The Sailback is certainly a worse card, but not by a very large amount. It's still good in our deck, and it means we're open to splash this Pious Interdiction. And while I think double splashing in this format is easy enough, I don't know if it's what we want to do here. I won't have to splash the Interdiction, though, if I have the Sword Tooth. That's not like a must. An Interdiction isn't exactly broken. I'm going to go Sailback to hedge. That might be the Coward's pick, though. Fine 2-drop, but I think Dark Nourishment, while not being amazing, is the card we want here. is a removal spell that I'm willing to start in my deck at the moment. We got the daggers. Not better than any of our tree drops, but we might just be playing an additional tree drop. Growing Rights, we have no way to like sink mana into that really. So I think we're just going with the daggers. Skulldugs is very good. Also, just Skulldugs in general, people play around it a lot less because there's only one pack of it. So it's a little less obvious. And because it's a little less obvious, it's a little less fresh in people's minds. When it was just Triple Ixalan, one, the format was very aggressive, so there's a lot more attacking and Skullduggery being blowouts. And after the first week or two of Skullduggery being blowouts, people start playing around it very heavily, since it's hard to disguise this card. It's like very telegraphed. But also there's a lot of more 1 toughness creatures in the first set. And you're happy killing a 1 toughness creature and getting him 1 more damage for 1 mana. So we're definitely taking a Skullduggery here. I think Cannonade's good for the board. It's either that or... I don't think we're a Dino Stampede deck. Don't think we want the Deadeye Plunderers, so we're gonna pick this for our sideboard. Meh, nothing I want here. Blue-black Pirates actually ended up being quite open and would have been quite good. And I don't know if my green is good enough, though. Strength of the Pack is an excellent card. My green is actually pretty strong. Maybe my black. Maybe I got kind of pulled into black a bit too heavily, but then I wouldn't have ended up blue-black Pirates, so I don't know. I guess Tormentor is most likely to end up in my main deck. Let's take that. Fire Cannon for the board. Could I end up a playable too short here? Like I can play this guy. And then I can splash the Interdiction easily. And then deck's fine. Could use an extra removal spell anyway. Not after pack 1, I think this was looking really strong. And while the deck is good, it's not exactly ended up mind-blowing here. We could play March, I guess. I think it's just worse than our cover, but I'm not going to play these two, so let's get this in. This is pretty late. We're reaching Goblin. I don't think I'm going to splash it ever, even if I bring in the Cannonade, but I'm a lot more likely than the unplayable card. This is an actual playable. Especially in sealed. Sentries. My only blue card, I don't think there's any reason for me to ever bring it in over cards I got. Yeah, I think our last card's going to be Pious Interdiction with some splashing. This deck seems fine to me. Some of my removal gains life. Love it. Going with 17 lands. We don't have that high of a curve. We have double Zealot to draw us a couple new cards. Recover to help us grind out as well. So I don't think we're too concerned with getting flooded or screwed. So group separately here. Oh no, it's not done it right. Yeah, deck looks fine. I think average. We have a decent bomb. Our curve looks good. Not thrilled with the throwbacks. Would rather they be like Jungle Pioneers or something. But we only had one chance to take that card. I think it was snapped up pretty heavily by other people. We didn't really see many Merfolk cards, so there's a good chance someone was just taking them. I'm seeing if there's anything we want to replace one of these throwbacks with. I'm eyeing up this Strider Harness, but then we go down to 14 creatures. I think while the throwbacks are quite average, they're going to help us power out a Galta sometimes. And I think that's probably just good enough. So let's add some lands. Oh, sorry, there's one plane, so the out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8, 8, and 1 planes. But we also have to put in Sanctuary, and we have to decide, do we want slightly less black or slightly less green? Green has 3 doubles, 4 doubles. Black has 1. Yeah, so we want slightly less black in the deck and slightly more green, as I thought. Yeah, here's our deck. Ended up, again, okay. We didn't see as many payoffs. We didn't get as rewarded for green in pack 2. And I think we didn't get as rewarded for green in pack 2 because we passed a Pot of Discovery, which was definitely the second pick in the pack after Golden Demise. Some would argue even the first pick. And we should have passed Golden Demise. And then we passed a Jungle Pioneer, which is not broken, but a very good combo with that card. And I think the person next to us might have gone strong into some kind of Merfolk deck. Or maybe even the exact archetype we're in now. Trying to pick up Grove Walkers and Chupacabras in the last pack to combo with our bomb. I still think our deck has ended up pretty good. I still think the change in the black, we were green, we were double guessing it a little bit. But Galt at third pick is a strong signal. And our green cards are good. We got a Hunt the Weak late enough. We got the Strength of the Pack, which I still think is like a little bit of an underestimated card. I think this Jungle Creeper and the way the format is playing it is very good. And, you know, I'd gladly play 4 of them if I could get them in this archetype. Thanks so much for watching me draft, guys. And make sure to stay tuned to see how the games go.